to Simple Line Moto. We're gonna start tearing apart my XS500. Filmed a kind of an intro to this project. In this video, we're gonna start on that. My first plan of attack is to start tearing apart the front end. I want to pull the forks and get those kind of ready for a rebuild. There's a couple things that I mentioned that I want to do. Kind of delete some things on the bike. Start heading in the direction that I want this bike to go. So we're gonna get started. Hope you enjoy the process. So we're just gonna get the caliper off, throw the mounting bolts back in it, so I don't lose those. Let's break this nut, and then I'm gonna have to unclamp the pinch bolts on the other side of the fork, and then we can get the wheel off. I might repaint these. Kind of all decides on what I want to do, how well I can clean them up. So we'll get this all knocked out, but yeah, these definitely need to be rebuilt. The seal's all messed up. But I already have those rebuild kit for the forks, so we can kind of, once we get this all torn down, we can get started on that. But yeah, so wheel off, probably pull the forks, and then I'm gonna start tearing apart the headlight. Like I said, I'm gonna rewire the whole bike. So we're gonna do a different headlight setup and kind of, like I said, start fresh. But I might keep the headlight housing and the bracket. It just, I don't like this look of the headlight. So let's get it. So I was gonna grab a tool to get this nut loose. It's already loose. And I rode on this thing. Probably did about 60. So, I mean, yeah, sketchy, I guess. that's fun. I guess it makes this job easier. That's insane. This cable out. So there's a mechanism in there that controls the speed. I think either this cable is binding up, this one, or something up in the gauge is messed up or inside there. We'll see if we run a speedo. There's some GPS options that I can run, but I'm just not sure yet which way I want to go. That's yummy. Throw that back in. There's no spacers. Castle nut back on. So I'm probably gonna pull that wheel apart and check the bearings. See if it needs new bearings. This is a 78, so who knows what has been done to this bike. So, cool. That's off. I got a zip tie here. I got a little clip here, or a zip tie. And then just loosen the rest of the bolts for the triple tree. Cool. We're gonna have to pull off the headlight bracket. Undo these two bolts on each side. And that'll be the forks. Easy enough. And then, yeah, I'm not sure if you can kind of see, but they're all, seal's all messed up. So we're gonna be getting that fixed. I've been kind of holding off on doing this one, but I figured there's no time like the present. So let's get this going. I can only think about it too much, so let's get this project started. Cool. Hopefully you can see, but yeah, no, it's butt connectors. So we're gonna fix all that. We're not dealing with that. All of this, goodbye. And then that's broken. So might get another housing or 3D print something. So as you can see, forks are out, wheels off, this rat nest of wires that I don't want to deal with, so that's all gonna disappear. But I think that's gonna be it for tonight, and then might come out tomorrow and start pulling other parts off, getting everything organized, and figuring out what I want to do. So stay tuned. So we're back out in the garage working on the XS500. Yesterday we were able to get the forks out and get the headlight out. So we're gonna continue working on this thing, probably start working on getting all the controls off, the pods off, and hopefully getting the triple tree off. And so then the front of this bike is all sorted. I might tackle getting the floodlights and turn signals off, and that'll kind of be all of the front. And then we can start working on the back of the bike. So let's sit you guys down and let's get to work. Cool. I got left control off. I'm just gonna leave the clutch hanging for now. So I'd like to keep kind of everything together for the most part. So what we're gonna have to do is trace these wires and essentially see what does what, because I'm gonna be running the Moto gadget, and essentially that one uses like a ground signal, but I don't know like the term for the way these ones function. I think it's like a lock or a gate. So I need to figure out the best way to reuse these or go with different switches. So alright, let's start on this side. Now we gotta disconnect the brake line. It's down here, so alright, let's get these wires out of the way. Cool. Alright. So those two wires will be for the brake light. Cool. Handlebars, probably next. I'm gonna start disassembling the gauge pod. I gotta figure out something because the tack cable runs back to the motor, and I don't think I want to open anything up, but I might pull the carbs off, because then I can get my throttle cable out of here. Probably do the clutch as well, but let's start on this. So I'm able just to pull the tack cable out of the housing and do that for the other side. I'm gonna label that one too, just in case I pull this cable off. I know which one is which. Now let's pull up the wiring schematic for this cluster. and then I could get everything figured out. So that's if I run this new one or this same one. I can chop these, get these lights out of here, and then you might be able to see there's this bracket and this one that I'm gonna remove. So I just don't like the look of these. So we're coming along. And I did pull out the battery, so there's no power going anywhere. Let's lose. Alright, got those two nuts off. I was about to pull off this cap. I saw all the bearings are loose. They're not like in a secured race. So, don't want to lose those. Oh! Alright. Good to know. Cool. I think I got all of them. Alright, so that's the end of this one. We were able to pull the forks, pull the wheel, pull the front brake, and pull the handlebars and all the front controls. We were then able to pull the triple tree and kind of get the whole front end done. I did pull the fog lights off. I have these turn signals that are on here that I'm planning on reusing. So we'll see what idea I come up with those and how I will integrate them into the build. With that being said, thank you for watching. If you're excited for this build or just kind of interested or something you just want to throw on and watch, because it's not really going to be like a how-to video. It's more, hey, come along and watch me build this bike. And if you have a project that you're working on and you see something I do and you're like, hey, you should do this instead, I definitely appreciate the feedback. If you do have any thoughts, definitely drop them in the comments below. I'd like to see kind of maybe what ideas you have or tips. I'm more than welcome to read them and take them into consideration. So next, I'm kind of planning on pulling off all the cables, putting those on the shelf. I'm gonna pull the carbs and kind of start working on other components. So we'll see what we get into. It's been fun. Thank you for coming and hanging out. We're gonna call this one here. Thank you for watching, and have yourself a good day. Thank you.